It's a story, short story of me coming from Birmingham, Alabama, all the way to Arizona with one thing in mind. It's to be my own boss. It wasn't easy. It wasn't sweet. But at the end of the day, it was all worth it.
I know growing up, I didn't have it all together.
This is Retrospect The Documentary, the Arizona edition. So retrospect is kind of like me thinking on my past, and so this documentary is about me reflecting on my past in Arizona.
If don't nobody fuck with me, I know I fuck with me. I won't stop until my family live a life of love.
I got to Arizona in November 2016. It was like November 22nd, the actual date, I believe. I touched down here. I'm from Birmingham, Alabama, you know, where, like I say, it's opportunity everywhere is what you make it, but, you know, I just wanted to do something more. You know, I had been where I was from my whole life, and I never wanted to be the person that, you know, said, man, I wish I could have did something. So, you know, I had already been in sales. I had already been out here, and, you know, it just made me feel even more comfortable that I at least touched the land to move here, even though, you know, it wasn't easy, you know, as it looked.
I know I fuck with me. I won't stop until my family live a life of luxury.
What really motivated you to make that movement?
I was tired. Like, I think when a person really gets sick and tired of being sick and tired, that's when change starts. Like, I was at a job, I remember sitting at a job in Birmingham that, like, it was every day going through emotions. I was a security guard, working third shift, watching CCTVs for 8 hours and having to do quick rounds. It was boring, and something in my soul was like, man, it gotta be something better. And that's when I got turned on to like Robert Kiyosaki and all these people, and it just really clicked in my head, like, okay, I really need to do something that's gonna help change the financial trajectory of my whole family and my life. So that's when I just started, you know, looking into different ways, and then I had somebody that I knew that would, you know, told me I could come stay with them out here. So that's how I kind of even got like the first like group, you know, from a friend of mine, let me come out here and stay with them. So this is home base. This is the youth shelter that I stayed at back in 2017. And this is the place that really kind of got me my jump start. This is where I started, you know, my multi-level marketing, you know, schemes, and kind of just finding myself as a business person, you know. And so this place, man, it was good, but, you know, it was strict. You know, curfew was at 10 o'clock. You know, you had to wake up about 7 o'clock, eat breakfast and everything like that. They made sure I had a job, me especially, like they made sure you got a job in the program, because me, I wasn't gonna work a job. They had to make me get one, because I was gonna just sell my own stuff.
When you're going through that transition, that phase, that something ending, this new beginning, what were some of the mental difficulties you were going through?
I had a lot of depression. I had a lot of, you know, confusion. You know, it was just a lot of wondering, you know, what's gonna be the next thing? What was gonna be the outcomes, you know, just for real. I didn't even know, you know, being homeless, living with people that you don't know like that. And a lot of times those same people were gonna kick you, like they kicked me, you know, when I was down, and did whatever that you would hope wouldn't happen, you know, when somebody helps you. But, you know, that's what it was, you know, just a lot of depression, for real, stress. But I mean, yeah, man, it's these type of situations, you know, I made myself go here, you know, to give myself a stable position. You know, I wanted to put myself in a position where I was independent, in a place where I didn't have no family. So you know, even though it didn't go how I planned it, you know, man, I never forget this place, you know, because it kind of got me my first start and helped me get to understand what Arizona was all about. And when I used to live at this shelter and shit, this the path I used to have to come walk when I used to have to come smoke. It'd be me and some other folks and some shit like that. But yeah, you know, they ain't want us smoking in there. It's a shelter and shit, so it is where I used to walk. I used to sneak out that bitch and smoke.
I really don't know how a person can be that strong. Rod is a winner, a beast. I'll bet on him any day.
Hey, just the other day I was down on my luck. I made a couple moves just to get my shit up. Really out the mud, I gotta scrape this shit up. A story of ambition, I can't make this shit up.
All them nights I slept and had to live out my truck. Counted out by many and I was already stuck. Scraping up the pennies trying to sculpture a buck. I shut up in a coach as I drove some shit up. Having money problems, need to boss my shit up.
You know, I was hurt. Fuck it, how do I get through this shit? And, you know, how do I make the best out of myself without letting this affect me on a personal level? Because of my strength, you know, it helped me to see like places in myself that I needed to mature in. And so that's kind of what my mentality was like.
Yeah, I mean, really thinking about those puzzles. I mean, how did figuring out Arizona, you know, for the first time, I mean, how did that really impact you?
I mean, just trying to figure it out in itself, it's not easy, you know, when you first move somewhere where you're not, you know, you're not even from there. And so for me, it was hard because I had to ride the bus and the light rail a lot of places when I first came here. And then you don't really get to still know a lot of the places where you at, you know, because you're going like an hour out, an hour and 30 minutes on the bus, and you don't even get to really see any of the outer cities or anything like that. So, I mean, going from that phase to actually get my first car out here, and, you know, I just mentioned all the stuff I had to go through to get to certain levels. So, like I said, just getting my first car and everything like that, I was able to move around the city cool, you know, because I had a, you know, a mindset and, you know, just a drive, you know, and things I wanted to do. So I eventually figured it out. I know my way around Arizona left and right now.
What are some of the things that you do to stay focused? You know, when someone close to you does you wrong?
That's a good question. I mean, I just stay focused on like what I wanted to do. And I think that's a good thing to kind of go back to like why I moved out here in the first place, because I had a plan. I didn't know how it was gonna happen. I didn't know I definitely didn't know, because none of it happened even how I imagined it. But you know, just me having to put those pieces together and me being able to put those pieces together. I mean, like what can you really say? You know, right. How does the normal person doesn't really do that? You know, most people will complain. Most people will blame somebody else and just say, you know what, I've seen people do it.
Or you need to get the fuck out. I'm not fucking with you anymore. Get the fuck out. Go. I'm not fucking with you.
My nigga Delta in the blacks. What?
Take off. Bada bing, bada boom, bitch, adios. If you're not talking about no bread, then you got to go. The hottest MC putting real shit on the audio. Like I'm making wishes over my birthday cake, I'm about to blow. I be flying that off.
And there were people that helped me, even though I had my vision, I had my dreams, people helped me and still look down. You know, and so, like I say, at the end of the day, it keeps you humble too, you know, because me knowing everything I know and me being in the position I am now, if I had to let, you know, people bring me down when I was getting helped by them and not really looking at it like, I know where I'm going. I know who I am. I know what I can do and what I can bring to this world. And so really nothing nobody can do is gonna affect me unless I let it. I have to let that, you know, affect
Right.
me. And so me staying busy and me keeping working on, you know, my passions and my goals is what takes my mind off of, you know, what somebody would try to do, you know, because I'm in my own element.
I know growing up, I didn't have it all together. You saw me at my worst, and that's too fucked up. I told myself that I'm gon' build some shit that lasts forever. It took a while, but now the foundation is stuck. Ooh, shit, now I can't even complain. The struggle and shit was a phase. I knew that things had to change, and I wasn't afraid. None of that shit was sweet. All of the moves that I made. Bitch, you didn't even wanna change. Get the fuck out my face. Ooh, shit, ooh, shit, ooh, shit. I be on some cool shit. Always rock some rules.
For as long as I've known Ronnie, I can say that no matter what situations that life throws at him, from being homeless to just dealing with negative, low vibrational people, no matter what comes his way, he makes it his #1 priority to succeed, not just for himself, but for his family and all of the people that he loves. He works hard day and night to secure a better future. I just want people to know that Ronnie is a real genuine person who really believes in helping others. He is the type of person that will believe in you more than you believe in yourself.
A lot of shit I had to bury, and that was emotionally.
This shit crazy. So right here, one, it was like the Thanksgiving. I was homeless. I've been homeless like 3 times out here. And I slept right here. So look, come here. Like, literally, it probably looked like this when I was right here. It probably looked just like this. And, you know, homeless folks walk right here all the time. You know what I'm saying? Pissing, shitting, like all that shit. So, like, this is one of the spots I remember, like, on Thanksgiving, you know, people would drive like pass out fucking plates and shit like that, you know what I'm saying, to the people that was out here. And I remember getting like 3 or 4 plates on Thanksgiving, because I was sleeping out here on Thanksgiving Day, so.
I always feel movement from you, and it's always movement in a positive, good, additive direction. What do you think really inspired you to be an entrepreneur?
I think just growing up in the cities in Birmingham, Alabama, you know, that's what really made me want to be an entrepreneur. You know, I didn't really have nothing growing up, you know, nothing. Like, literally, I was poor. People, if like somebody in my family was to watch this, they'll know I'm not lying. Like, there's people who talk about, oh, I struggle, but then they get to telling you stuff like, and they ain't really struggled for real. Like, there's people that really know me, they'll tell you, like, this man borrowed my clothes, he borrowed my shoes. You know what I'm saying? We probably talked about him for not having certain things. So, like I said, and just things beyond that, you know, but my drive to want to be better, you know, I was placed in a position to not have. So I was fortunate, now that I look back on it. I was placed in a position to not have something to even get to. You know, me having to actually put in work and me having to go seek out resources, me having the balls to even move from Birmingham to Arizona and put together these resources, you know, and it, like I said, it's just not, it doesn't just happen. You know, if it wasn't for me moving, I wouldn't have never met you. Right. I would have never met anybody else that I you know, come to meet or come acquainted with.
And that's one of the things about you. You always have like this energy to do it. And to me, that comes from a really deep intelligence. You know, it's not somebody that just has the knowledge. It's just not somebody that has the skill. It's like they actually know what to do with it. When I first met you, it was just good.
So I appreciate you for having me. I appreciate you for doing this.
True struggle, eviction, notice that you evicted. Those in the streets, you lost it all, but you ain't crazy. So focus slow and my eyes open, I see it vivid. Straight out the trenches, I used to ask my neighbors for dinner. And they wonder why I got a humble spirit. I went through romance situations when kids was just children. And I was still a child, a different year, a different house, a different school, a different view, the same shoes. I had to walk.